I have come on here today to tell somebody get ready for gold. The other day I was at church and I was in worship, of course, because I am such a worshiper, and the Lord began to give me a vision. The first vision that He showed me was of like this pipe or this pillar, and it was like bark or something like that, like bark, and the bark was peeled back in certain areas, and underneath the peeled back part of the bark I could see gold. At first I was like, okay, I don't know what this means. I don't know if that's me or if that's the Lord, so I kind of just put it to the back of my mind, but I didn't forget it. Then a little bit later during worship, maybe like 2 to 3 minutes later, still in worship, I closed my eyes again and I saw a pile of what looked like gold leaf. If you guys know what I'm talking about, I'll show you guys a picture. I use gold leaf sometimes to do my nails. It kind of looked like that, but it just looked like a pile of gold, and it was highlighted, and that was it. A day later, I was driving around and I was pondering, okay, Lord, what is this? What are you trying to tell me through this image or this vision that you showed me of gold? What does this mean? So as I'm driving, I drive past a sign of like a consignment shop that says, "We buy gold." And to me, that was confirmation that the Lord was definitely speaking to me about the gold. So I took it upon myself to go into research and figure out what gold meant in the Bible. As you guys know, which is kind of like common sense, gold represents wealth, right? And so I was just curious, okay, Lord, what are you trying to tell me about wealth? What are we learning here through this? So I went and I Googled it, and this is what I found. When asked the question, what is the importance of gold in Christianity? And this is what it says. It says, gold, the protector of wealth, is delivered to us by God and has withstood the test of time. Paper currency is man made and represents a lack of virtue and promotes a life of excess. Gold and silver belong to God alone, for God created it and bestowed it upon us here on earth. When I read this and then also looked at how that sign said, "We buy gold," it was almost like they were trying to, or like at least the country that I'm in, America, is trying to downplay the the value of gold, as if you can buy gold with man-made currency and it be worth more than gold itself, which is from God. It can't be destroyed. It can't be, you know what I mean? Like it's incredibly hard to destroy gold and to break it down. And like this passage just said, gold is created by God, given to the earth from Him, bestowed upon the earth from God Himself. And the paper currency that we use today, like the American dollar, that's all man made. We know that true wealth comes from God and God alone. He's the one who blesses us with it, He's the one who created wealth and riches. And what is about to be poured down into some of us is wealth and riches from heaven. Because those riches and wealth that come from God, they're not easily taken away by man. They cannot be taken away by man. What is ordained by God cannot be taken away from man. I'm speaking to those who the Lord is delivering from poverty. Okay, you guys, the Lord is blessing us with riches, blessing us with gold, wealth that cannot be purchased by man, wealth that cannot be explained or altered or defined or determined by man, but by God alone. Finally, I want to go ahead and leave you guys with some scripture, and this is coming from Isaiah 60, verses 4 through 6. And it reads, "Lift up your eyes and look about you. All assemble and come to you. Your sons come from afar, and your daughters are carried on the hip. Then you will look and be radiant. Your heart will throb and swell with joy. The wealth of the seas will be brought to you, and to you the riches of the nations will come. Herds of camels will cover your land, young camels of Midian and Ephah, and all from Sheba will come, bearing gold and incense and proclaiming the praise of the Lord. If you haven't already read the book of Isaiah, I highly suggest that you get into it now. It talks about the oppression that the Israelites faced and just the Lord's judgment on the earth and the oppressors of the Israelites, you guys. Okay, so it definitely is speaking, obviously about that time, but it also relates to the times that we're in now. Those of us who have been facing bondage, oppression, we're coming out of the wilderness, we're coming out of Egypt. The Lord has promises that He's placed over our lives, you guys, and many of us are going to begin to start to see wealth, inheritance, the promised land, all these things from the Lord that He has promised you, okay? So I just want you to be on the lookout for these things. I want you to pray into this word and get confirmation from God. And I also sow into this word, you guys. Sow into it fast. Get confirmation. Spend time with Papa. Allow Him to pour into you, okay? And just get excited. Everything that the Lord blesses us with, it always comes after praise, okay? Because praise means you have faith in God. You have faith in the promises that He has over your life and the things that He's going to do and the prophetic words that are given to you, okay? So make sure that you're in prayer. Make sure that you're in worship. Make sure you're getting confirmation and make sure that you're sowing into these words that are given to you. All right? I love you all so much and you have a blessed day.